Good evening, guys. This is Ankur here, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Technical Analysis, The Unbiased View. So, today we ended a May series, and from tomorrow we are entering into a June series. Today we saw a very nice upward rally in Nifty and Bank Nifty both, uh, continuing the bullish side, continuing the good momentum. The few good clues we have in the evening as of now when I'm recording the video at 9:15 that Dow and Nasdaq are showing a stable sign since the weekly job loss claims have dipped over there. HGX Nifty is also showing a very bullish 0.1% kind of upward rally, and they are showing a high of 15,441. Overall, if we see today in NSE, 68% were the advances and 32% were the declines in NSE Nifty 50. And overall market among 2025 shares, the scenario was 50-50. 50% kind of advances and the remaining were the unchanged and declined. So today, quickly start the video with Nifty Futures. This is Nifty Futures chart in front of you. So we saw Nifty opened at 15,329. Uh, if I start marking, so absolutely somewhere here, which was our support point, correct? And then Nifty happened to make a high of 15,365. So which was our resistance? Our resistance was 15,372, and this is what I have been discussing since the last weekend. Nifty happened to close at 15,339, correct? So now the next later stage for us is that Nifty has clearly closed above this figure, right? This figure. For June series, for entire June series, I'm talking. The first resistance for Nifty tomorrow would be 15,372, which is not very far. Perhaps we may close near, we may open near this or maybe above this. Then, if Nifty happens to close above 15,372 on Friday, the next resistance, what I see, is only 15,524. There won't be a major resistance between that. Correct? There won't be any major resistance between that. And for those guys who want to remain bullish or want to stay invested in the beginning of the June series over the last weekly expiry, for them the supports are as mentioned, which is 15,262, 15,325, 15,157, 15,078. So these all are the supports which are above 15,000 for the entire June series. So these all are the levels of opportunity for buying at dips. Correct? The Nifty will not goes into the bearish zone until and unless it closes below 14,988. Below 14,988. So this is the only level which we have to see. If Nifty closes below 14,988, then that's a clear cut exit. So considering today's closing, the risk would be around 300, 350 points, correct? And the reward could be once it touches live 5 15,524, and perhaps it may touch 15,600, correct? So these are the supports available to Nifty for June series. So there is no harm staying invested on a bullish side at Nifty 50. Let me jump on to Bank Nifty futures chart. So Bank Nifty future has registered a very nice green Marubozu candlestick pattern, right? It means from the opening till the closing there was a complete buying action. The new resistance available to the Bank Nifty for tomorrow would be 35,452. Perhaps this is the resistance for the week. Now, if Bank Nifty happened to close above 35,452, that could be a very bullish signal to carry forward, to carry on and stay invested on the bullish side. The two major supports on a very immediate basis available to Bank Nifty is, the first one is 34,851, which I have explained to you in my yesterday's video, that how 34,851 will play a very crucial role as a range shift. And today you have seen that the moment it crossed 34,851 in the running market, it ended up closing at 35,095, right? So that is the very crucial support on an immediate basis, on an intraday basis. For tomorrow also, 34,851 will act as a very crucial support. On a closing basis, the support would for Bank Nifty would be 34,386. I don't expect Bank Nifty to close below 34,386. If perhaps Bank Nifty closes someday below 34,386, there we shouldn't attempt to add on dips. There that would be the position to cut off the longs, right? So this is the levels and the price action with respect to the Bank Nifty. Now to start with stocks, I would like to highlight Alembic Pharma. Now Alembic Pharma, this is a June series kind of a investment stock since we are entering into a new series. So this is since I have discussed Reliance with the entire channel and the range. Yesterday I have discussed in detail Hero Motocorp. Today I would like to bring Alembic Pharma on this platform where you can play on a June series basis. So the wider range for the Alembic Pharma, on the upper side the resistance would be 1000 and the support on the lower side would be 870. In Alembic Pharma, the range shift level is 927. The range shift level will be 927. Now, how to trade that? Right now, if you see, Alembic Pharma is absolutely sandwiched between 60 and 21 exponential moving average on a resistance side and 200 exponential average on the support side. So it is completely sandwiched, right? So 21 and 60 EMA are averagely is 1960 and 200 exponential moving is, let's say, round it off 940. So avoid this 60 and avoid this 200 exponential moving average. Where we have to focus, if Alembic Pharma goes below 927 on any particular day in June series, you can enter towards the weakness, and the profit booking range would be 870. Correct, 870. So that is around 6% kind of a move. And from here, since the support is 927, if someone wants to have a bullish view and want to take a bet on the bullish side, so treat 927 as the stop loss and target for 1000. That would be another approximately around 7%. So the wider range in Alembic Pharma is 1000 to 870. The bisecting point is 927, and either sides we are getting 6 to 7% kind of a move. Right now Alembic Pharma is closed at 950. If you want to enter tomorrow, you can enter with a stop loss of 927 on a closing basis, correct? And you can target for 1000. Or if you don't want to do anything until and unless it shows you a signal at 927 on the upper side, or maybe someday you see a low happening below 927 but end of the day it closed above 927, that could be a confirmation signal on the price action basis, and that day you can enter and go for 1000 level. That would be a 7% move. So from the bisection point of 927, either sides we are getting 6 7% move in Alembic Pharma. It's a very clear cut, very simple trade, so keep this in mind. And this is for the June series. Coming to few stocks on again a weekly swing basis, would like to highlight Bharti Airtel. Bharti Airtel has created a bearish flag pattern, and it was in a consolidation mode within the flag from last 5 days. Today it happened to give a very breakdown closing with two things. The two matter uh, in Bharti Airtel are, it broke 200 exponential moving average, plus it broke a short term base, also it broke a flag pattern, correct? So 525 was the crucial level for Bharti Airtel, and that I was just waiting to bring Bharti Airtel on my channel until and unless it gives a closing below 525, correct? Because it was on a consolidation mode, so there was no point discussing Bharti Airtel before this kind of a price action. So today that happened. So Bharti Airtel has got a resistance of right now 525, plus you can have a stop loss of 530. But to discuss the technicalities, Bharti Airtel has given a breakdown of 200 exponential moving average. It has given a breakdown of a small term baseline, plus it has given a breakdown of a bearish flag pattern. Correct? It might happen that it may reverse and go towards upward. But from here, it is a good risk reward ratio. If it breaks today's low, which is 518, then perhaps it can give us the target of 510 or 511. Correct? Or it may happen that it will come and test the head of the this particular pattern, which is 500 or 499. So this is a very nice price action developed at a very right risk reward ratio. Correct? If you go wrong, you will go wrong for 7 points, but if you go right, you will go right for 20 points. So this is the kind of a risk reward ratio involved as of now in Bharti Airtel. The another stock for tomorrow, if there is a bullish movement in the strong in the bank Nifty, AU Small Finance Bank has given a close very close to the resistance. The resistance in AU Small Finance Bank is 995. I have discussed this chart pattern in one of my video few days back, that it is creating a one second. It is creating a ascending triangle pattern between the fan and the horizontal support cum resistance band. So today it tried touching that resistance and tried closing above the resistance. However, the resistance played his role, and the high was 994, which is exactly 1 point below the resistance, and it closed at 982. Tomorrow, by chance, if we see a closing above 995 at 5 minute, at 15 minute, at 3 minute candlestick time frame, you can go for a buying, and your target should be 1037. That is the first target you can play on a weekly side. And if it closes above 995 on a daily basis tomorrow by end of the day, then 100% you should carry the BTST in EU Small Finance Bank. Correct? And the stop loss will remain very, very small, which is at 995. The next resistance available to EU Small Finance after closing on a closing basis above 995 would be only 1037. So perhaps it can give a very, very aggressive move, maybe tomorrow or Monday. Right? So let's see that. The next stock I would like to discuss with you is Axis Bank. Since the bank Nifty is very bullish, and there is no weakness as of now in the evening clues also in bank Nifty, Axis Bank can go up to 764. That is the only resistance which I see for tomorrow. Now, if it, you have to see at what range it opens. If it opens at 764 or opens above 764 for some reason, let's consider that. Let's we can have any scenario in the stock market. So keep an eye and see that. Don't trade immediately. Don't have that FOMO. Let it go. Take the support of 764, and again when it reverse on the when it tests that level, that is the time you should enter. But if you see it is opening right at 750, 755, and if it is going up to 764, and if there is any rejection in the price action at 5 15 minutes, you can play for half to 1% target on short side with respect to Axis Bank. Do not short Axis Bank if it gives it closing above 764. That is again a BTST, not STBT. Correct? So that is the level you should have in your mind when it comes to Axis Bank. Last, I would like to discuss for tomorrow is Reliance. I'm discussing Reliance most of the time because it is respecting the channel and it is respecting the price action like anything. Since I've been telling you guys that the support of Reliance is 960, 1960, 1960. Today also it happened to make a low of exactly at 962. We can write off the 2 point, and it went all the way till 993 and closed at 1976. So tomorrow also when you see Reliance somewhere around 960, 962, 963, 965, you can start building up the longs at that point of time. You can average it You can average until 1960, 1957, like that. Correct? You should only go bearish in Reliance if it gives you a closing below 1960. Until and unless there is no point building shorts in Reliance if the closing is coming above 1960, because the upper channel open for Reliance is 2027. That is again valid for June series. So excellent, excellent, excellent opportunity in Reliance. Perhaps if market is bullish, right, and if we see a life high in Nifty, so that is a very right point to enter in Reliance. Not because since the Nifty is bullish, so everything will remain bullish. So let's everything, anything you can buy. No, because the risk reward ratio is very, 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 very favorable. Correct. Your risk is 16 points, and your reward is 2027. Correct. So your risk is 15 points and reward is almost 50 points. So that is a kind of a ratio. So play on the levels, play on that ratio. So we discussed Nifty, we discussed Bank Nifty, we discussed Bharti Airtel, that it broke the bearish flag pattern and it broke 200 EMA and all that. Then we discussed a resistance level at Axis Bank, which was at 764. We discussed AU Small Bank, where the resistance is 995 and closing above 995 on AU Small Finance Bank is a very good hold, and the targets could be 1037. And lastly, we discussed the Reliance, that it is very right time to enter on a bullish side for a June series, and do not build shorts in Reliance at this point in junction until and unless it gives a closing below 1960. Right. So this was all for today, and I thank you all. So keep watching technical analysis, the unbiased view. Bye bye.